One more clip on Biden here. I played this for you before, 33G. This was the one other time he was asked about his son. And isn't this something that you may want to be paying attention to? Roll that.
To serve on the board of a Ukrainian energy company facing serious corruption charges, you were the vice president running point on Ukraine. The average Joe hears that and says, that sounds fishy. What's your understanding of what your son was doing for an extraordinary amount of money?
I don't know what he was doing. I know he was on the board. I found out he was on the board after he was on the board, and that was it. And there's nobody.
Well, you've had a lot of time. Isn't this something you want to get to the bottom of?
Now, hold it for a second.
Because
now, this is obviously recent since he's running for president. Right. He was asked this. And I just read you the fact that in 2015, state official energy advisor Amos Hochstein raised concerns directly with Joe Biden himself, as well as directly with Hunter Biden. Does Joe Biden think we believe that him and his son had never spoken about this?
Yeah.
That he had no idea what he was doing?
Yeah, they're on the same plane, flying to the same country, but they don't really talk.
The same Secret Service agents protected him. Doesn't he at one point also say, I looked my son in the eye and he passed the test? Doesn't he say that in this one?
Well, he might coming up. But again, Amos Hochstein says, I went to Biden directly, then I went to Hunter directly, saying your position on this board enabled Russian disinformation efforts, risking undermining our policy in Ukraine. And nothing happened. Let's see what he says here for the rest of this clip. Finish it, G.
Trust my son.
But that doesn't pass the smell test. Like when you're vice president, isn't there a higher standard? Don't you need to know what's happening with your family? Don't you need to put down some guardrails?
Unless there was something that was, there was something on its face that was wrong. There's nothing on its face that was wrong. So look, if you want to talk about problems, let's talk about Trump's family.
Oh, there you go, deflection.
I mean, come on. This is...
So
these guys are amazing.
So you think that everything that happened was kosher?
There's not one single bit of evidence, not one little tiny bit, to suggest anything done was wrong. You know that, but you keep asking me these questions. It's okay. You're doing what you have to do, but I'm not worried about it. Look, the American public knows me.
Last one on this. Say you're elected, you're in office. What guardrails would you have to be sure that your son, your brother Jimmy, doesn't do anything to trade on the family name?
They will not be engaged in any foreign business because of what's happened in this administration. No one's going to be seeking patents for things from China. No one's going to be engaged in that kind of thing.
So no foreign business for your relatives?
Not only is he a liar, but he's a dangerous liar.
Yeah.
And that is all a lie. What he talked about. He knows that's not true when he does that interview. He knows it's not true.
I think what's got to be addressed here is the Axios reporter who was just kowtowing to him, so desperate to be a journalist, but knew he was controlled and couldn't say what he wanted to say or ask what he wanted to ask. I mean, those answers were pathetic. I mean, the fact that he got away with that interview without being grilled is comical because everybody who watches that, even the most ardent Biden supporter, knows that he's lying.
Right. He's clearly uncomfortable. He's clearly lying.
And there's more information. That reporter could have had, what? I've got, let's see, I got this from here. I got this from here. Let's go through this. You would have seen him flip out. He would never bring that and ask Joe Biden any of those questions because, like you said, he's afraid. He's controlled. He's in his box. And that's it. That's as far as he was allowed to go with that. As far as Hunter, let's face it. I mean, Hunter Biden getting a $50,000 a month job?
84.
Or whatever.
A lot of dough.
The kid is a dirtbag. He is a meth head who admitted he was trolling Skid Row looking for drugs. He's got a kid with some Arkansas dancer that he doesn't acknowledge. This guy is a dirtbag, and you're telling me he can make $50,000 a month based on what? What qualification? It's his name. It's his influence. And Joe Biden knows this. He knows his kid is a dirtbag, and the only way he's ever going to make any money is trolling on dad.